Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be covering something that I suppose relates to Call of Duty, therefore makes it Call of Duty news, but this is some of the stupidest stuff I've seen in a very long time. The internet these days is all about clout chasing. TikTok especially is known for clout chasing. It's known for lots of stupid trends, but what we see here in the entire meta of women hating their husbands or their partners for playing video games is just really getting out of hand. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this video here. This was posted to TikTok. It's still up. The comments are turned off for obvious reasons because the backlash has been pretty significant, but let's go ahead and play this. So he always stays up till 2 a.m. playing video games. Not today, showing the clock that it's 9:45 at night. Doesn't seem like a really unreasonable amount of time to be playing COD. And here we have 2 melatonin pills. Now melatonin obviously is not extreme, but what happens here is extreme in my own opinion. So she's crushing up the melatonin pills. You see the milk there in the background, and she's using the baggie to, of course, crush up the pills into a fine powder. You'll be seeing this here. We have it all crushed up, and yeah, she's going to be putting this in a milkshake. She's going to be blending this all together, putting together a milkshake, then putting the melatonin at the very bottom of the milkshake, and then serving it to her husband, telling her husband that he needs to swirl the milkshake around because there's some chocolate at the bottom. But the reason why she wants this swirled around is because the melatonin's down there. And yeah, what the fuck is that? This woman just drugged her husband or partner or whatever because he stays up playing video games, and she doesn't like that. Now, can you just imagine for a second if the tables were turned on this, right? And a guy was drugging his woman to get her to go to sleep because she was up all night watching true crime. Can you imagine what would happen, what the backlash would be? There would be a manhunt for that guy. That dude would be heading to jail if he tried doing this to a woman. There's this weird double standard online of women doing all sorts of fucked up things to guys and getting away with it because it's not a real issue if it's happening to a guy. But if a guy does it to a girl, ho ho ho, sound the alarms, things are going crazy. Now, obviously this received a ton of backlash. The comments were turned off on this video because everyone was saying exactly what I'm saying right here. You literally drugged somebody without them knowing, that's a problem. Then they talked about double standard of women versus men online sometimes, and she made a response video. She made a part 2. Let's go ahead and play that.
There's not much to part 2, but he's fine. We just brought him lunch. I didn't expect the video to blow up, but I do want to clarify I only gave him 1 pill because I used the other one for my drink. He went to sleep at 1 a.m. It doesn't do much on him anymore because he takes them on a regular basis, and yes, he was aware. He gets up at 5 a.m.
So this appears to be her just completely deflecting blame, saying it was all just a prank, bro. The camera's right there. It didn't actually happen. He went to sleep at 1 a.m. It's not a big deal. He got up at 5. He has to get up at 5 every single day. Here's him playing with a kid to show that I have a happy family. I'm not a terrible person. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. So there's a couple of things here. So one, it seems to me she's just backpedaling. She definitely drugged her husband with melatonin to try and make him fall asleep because she doesn't like the fact that he has a hobby outside of paying attention to her 100% of the time. Or number B, I suppose it's possible that she's telling the truth here, that she actually gave him 1 melatonin with him actually knowing about it. Maybe he just likes his melatonin and his milkshakes. I have no idea. And then she took the other melatonin, they went to bed, and it was all just a prank for clout on TikTok. And even if that was harmless, it was not presented that way. She pretended on this video, which had 300,000 likes, it was a very popular video on TikTok, that she drugged her husband because she does not like the fact that he has a hobby, essentially. And what that does is it opens the door for more stupid people to think that it's okay to drug their partners for clout and imaginary internet points. It's a really stupid idea, and rightly so. She's getting a bunch of backlash for this. And I'm probably reading way too much into this, but it seems to me like she actually did drug her husband. It's melatonin. It's it feels weird to call it drugging her husband. There's obviously a lot worse stuff out there, but still, giving someone something like that without them knowing is drugging them. It's a very clean cut. It's black and white. There's no gray area here. She drugged her husband, partner, significant other, whatever. And it's because he likes to stay up playing video games. I mean, just looking into it, the guy gets up at 5 a.m. to work, and what does it matter if he decides to play games at night with his friends? I don't have insight into the everyday lives of other people, but it sounds like this dude wakes up super early, goes to work, comes home, probably helps out with the house and the kids. Lord knows those kids need help with a mother like this that thinks this is a good idea. And then he plays games with his buds to wind down and chill before going to bed and doing it all over the very next day. What does it matter if he stays up to enjoy his hobby? There's only so many hours in the day, and heaven forbid dude finds time for himself. I mean, in the video, she showed he was playing at 9:45 at night, which is presumably after the kids are asleep, after all the work for the day is done, and probably after he spent time with her doing whatever she enjoys, right? If she goes to bed at like a normal-ish time and he stays up a little bit later while she's sleeping, what's the issue here? It really doesn't make any sense. And again, going back to the entire idea of a double standard, if she had a hobby outside of drugging her husband and she was doing that, whether it was like reading, playing video games herself, watching a TV show, doing arts and whatever she wanted to do, right? It doesn't matter. And a guy makes a TikTok where he drugs her because he doesn't like the fact that she's staying up late, despite the fact that it doesn't affect him whatsoever. I mean, dude, that is just a toxic-ass relationship. That is... I've seen some messed up things over the years, and this is definitely one of them. This is definitely a pretty big red flag, if you ask me. If I was this guy, I would not be happy whatsoever. Either way, I'm not happy with this at all. I mean, even if it was, you know, if she's drugging him to try and make him go to sleep for TikTok clout, that's an obvious problem. If it was all planned, and this is all staged, and, you know, the guy knew about it, or maybe she actually didn't actually give him a milkshake full of melatonin or whatever, and it was just there for internet clout, it's still a problem because it was not presented that way, and that promotes a bunch of other stupid people that think this is an okay idea to drug their partners for clout and imaginary internet points. Just a bunch of stupidity. Welcome to the internet. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say, but I thought this was interesting. I wanted to cover it in a video here today. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like. Leave your thoughts and feedback on the situation down there in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.